Hey, it's Coffee at the Matinee. We haven't done one of these in forever.
I thought you did one recently.
Did we?
I don't know. I wasn't in it.
Well, no, we tried to do it, but we found out that the microphone was all janky and messed up.
Okay.
So shout out to Toner for fixing that real quick.
Woohoo!
Yeah, thank God for that. So normally, we'll try and tackle something new, something that's in the theater currently. But today, we're doing something a little bit special. We're going to talk about 2017 Killing of a Secret Deer.
Was that even in theaters? Because I don't remember seeing any type of preview for it whatsoever.
It had a very limited run.
Okay. I can understand why.
Well, fuck you. Fuck you, I'm right.
No. No. We're going to argue about this one.
Because it didn't have the same success as The Favorite did. Which
I still haven't seen.
The director's most recent movie. Also excellent. You'll probably hate it too.
I heard that one was good, though. Lynn actually told me it was good. Hi, Lynn. But yeah, no, I would like to see that. Just to...
Feel free to
you have it?
Yeah,
oh, sure.
have it.
Okay, well, you have everything.
Yeah. Alright, so...
Yeah.
Obviously, I love it.
I hate it.
We wouldn't be having this discussion otherwise.
This is also my first time at Coffee at the Matinee, which I'm very excited about. And it's just Casey and I today, so it's just a little bit.
It'll be fun. And it's your birthday.
And it's my birthday.
It's your birthday show.
Yay! Casey got me a goose for my birthday. And I'm very excited about it. It's not a real goose, which is unfortunate, but I probably would kill it eventually. Not like on purpose, but like by accident. Like I don't know what they eat. They eat grass. That's about it.
You could kill it like
like how he did?
How Colin Farrell chooses who to kill in this movie.
Oh my god.
Spoilers. There will be spoilers.
Yeah, I can't talk about a movie and not spoil it. So I thought Coffee at the Matinee anyway, which I just always think of it as Coffee with the Manatees, just because matinee looks like manatee. It does. And I always get it wrong in my head. So, but I thought you talked about spoilers anyway, just because that's... Yeah.
But it's kind of good manners to warn
Good manners?
spoilers.
Who are you?
Look. There's certain etiquettes that I guess you have to observe.
What, we're lady and gentleman now?
Sure.
Okay. I'll be lady.
For once.
Shut up.
Well, also, this is a 2-year-old movie, so whatever.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so, thoughts. You liked it, so you start off positive.
Alright, so, I guess maybe a quick summary is Colin Farrell plays a doctor who's approached by this young man whose father, Colin Farrell, had inadvertently killed through an accident during surgery. The kid's relationship with Colin Farrell gets weirder and weirder and weirder until it progresses to the point where the kid curses Colin Farrell's family with 4 stages of this curse: paralysis of the limbs, inability or lack of desire to eat, bleeding from the eyes and ears,
and then death.
Yes. Leading to the kid telling Colin Farrell that he has to make a decision before one of them dies. That one of his family members has to die in order for the curse to be lifted.
And if he doesn't choose, then all of them die.
Right.
So lesser of 2 evils. It's like Sophie's Choice.
Well, it's based on Greek myth.
What myth?
They actually mention in the movie the story of Iphigenia. So this king trespasses on the hunting grounds of the goddess Artemis, goddess of the hunt. He kills one of her deer.
Oh, this is where this came in.
Where the title comes
which is
in.
why you said, "Oh, let's record before I tell you what it means." That makes sense.
So, and if I remember correctly, he chooses to kill his daughter Iphigenia,
which is what should have happened.
You always hate daughters in movies.
That's not true. I'm also not racist.
Look, you said it, not me.
No, because in every other podcast that we've done, you've said that I'm racist in some form.
Well, if you weren't racist...
So now I'm sexist.
If you weren't racist, you wouldn't feel the need to defend it.
That's not true!
Literally everybody that's not racist says, look, I'm not racist, but...
But I've never said the but part.
You just did.
Butts. Whatever. I'll be Tina. Okay, so...
You go first, because you have the dissenting opinion.
Okay, well, it is my birthday, so I get everything I want. So I saw this movie in 2 parts. So that might contribute to my opinion on it overall, maybe, I don't know. All right, well...
You saw... That was the bulk of it, because you only saw, like, the little intro bit.
Well, right, but still, like, there's a difference between, like, seeing a movie as a whole.
Very true.
Yeah. But, you know, with most of the movies that Casey shows me, it doesn't really matter. So, the beginning, I don't really remember. You know, they set up all the characters and they, you know, it's just like the beginning of every other movie. It's not like anything exciting happens. It starts off very slow. And the main thing I remember from the beginning was the weird way that they have sex with each other. And look, I don't want to judge what...
You're also assuming that they had sex after that.
I thought that they did. I thought he was, you know, getting along. No? I don't remember, because I didn't see it just now. Whatever. But, like...
To put it back on, I know it's your favorite.
Oh, God. Anyway, I don't like to judge what people enjoy doing in the bedroom. However, the way that they went about it was just very strange. Not his kink, just the way that it all went down, which is basically her being under anesthesia, right? Like pretending. And then, so she doesn't move, doesn't make a sound, nothing. So, okay, fine, that's your kink, whatever, but it was just very strange. On the plus side, I'm going to be really shallow and say that we did get to see Nicole Kidman's tits. And it was pretty nice. She's got nice tits.
She looks great for her age.
She does. Yeah. Isn't she like 50-some years old?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, her boobs are still perky. Which is hard to do.
Money.
I hope not. Yeah, you just do a lot of push-ups and whatever, you're fine.
That's it. That's the secret.
Yeah, just do push-ups.
That's the secret to perky tits, is just dozens of push-ups.
Yeah. Hundreds of push-ups a day.
Dozens of hundreds.
Yeah, which, like, quick side street. I used to be able to do push-ups, like, the normal way. And now I have to, like, be on my knees for it. Because I'm just such a wimp.
Well, yeah, those are girl push-ups.
But
by law,
by
you have to
law,
do girl push-ups.
By law.
Because you're a girl.
There's no law that says that. I think
that's why they call it girl push-up.
Whatever.
By law, you have to do girl push-ups.
Well, we've got more, like, we've got the boobs to carry up, so, like, that's why we need extra support. Yes, it is. What about the girls who have, like, double Ds? Like, you need extra support to push those things up. Anyway, alright, moving on from boobs. So, one of the main issues that I had with this movie was they never explained how Martin got the ability to curse this family. Is he some kind of sorcerer, some kind of witch, some kind of devil, demon?
Harry.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just needed some type of explanation for that, and that would have made me feel way better.
I think it was going... Well, my thought is that if it's kind of still taking notes from that original Greek myth, then he's just kind of enacting out divine justice. So some other force is, like, working through him.
But then I wanted more of an explanation for that.
You don't get an explanation.
But that's what I don't like.
But you don't... But that's the whole point.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because Colin Farrell didn't get it, because he's a man of science and logic.
Okay.
So the whole series of events made no sense to him.
Right.
And you're really experiencing this through his perspective more
Sure.
than anything else. So
Yeah.
why would you know? He didn't know, so why would you know?
Because the audience can still know something without the main character knowing it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
but not in this case. I think kind of limiting the scope of the experience and the perspective to Colin Farrell, because I think you get like him for 90% of the movie, and he doesn't find out. He never finds out.
He eventually trusts it, though.
Yeah, because science has failed him.
Yeah.
Medicine has failed him. And that was all he knew. So what else did he have to fall back on?
We literally only saw them do like 2 tests. We saw the lumbar puncture and the MRI. They didn't do anything else.
They did ultrasounds and
did they?
CAT scan.
Why didn't I?
You were here. You were
here.
You were watching that. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Jesus Christ! Are you sure you watched the movie?
Yeah, I don't remember. Whatever. I'll have to rewatch it, I guess. But yeah, so I didn't like that, and I liked the fact that he kidnapped Martin and like beat the shit out of him in the basement.
Yeah.
You know, basically saying like, "Stop killing my family."
Then again, the whole irony of him thinking he's got him hostage, but Martin has the whole family hostage.
Yeah. Her, the daughter, Kim, comes down and they don't have use of their legs at this point. So she's like crawling over to him. And I thought it was very strange that she was like trying to bribe him to be like, oh, well, we can go live our own life. You just have to make me better.
Right.
Like, that's not how it works, bitch.
Because she thought they had a connection, but Martin was just just using her to get in with the family.
Well, she should have known that when she laid on the bed the wrong way. Laying there.
There's no wrong way to lay on the bed.
Yes, there is.
There really isn't.
So, okay, she says, like, they're hanging out in her room, and he asks if she's on her period. And that would obviously have nothing other than to... Mm-hmm. Okay. That would have nothing to do with the... Help me. I'm very much struggling.
As you should, because this is Struggle City.
It is Struggle City, oh my god. But yeah, so he would only ask that if he would want to get in her pants.
Not necessarily. She was wearing a dress, she was sitting on his lap.
She would have taken precaution. She's not just gonna bleed all over herself.
You don't know, this is a weird fucking family.
It is, but that would ruin your underwear and your dress and his lap. Like, no, you don't do that. You just don't do that. No. So then, like, she thought, oh, okay, he wants to have sex with me.
It's
okay,
a great
cool.
way to turn a period into an exclamation mark.
Oh, for God's sake. So she takes off her dress, and she is a really, really skinny thing, and she lays down on the bed, and her feet are where her pillows are. Excuse you, that is not the right way to lay in a bed. No. You lay with your head on the pillow.
Jesus Christ, we went down a tangent here.
It bothered me.
By that stretch, couldn't she just put the pillows on the opposite end and then everything would be fine?
No, because then it's like your bed. Your bed is facing the wrong way.
My bed is facing the fine way. It's fine.
No! When you have your bed up against the wall, it's normal to...
No, I like my corner bed. I like my little...
The corner bed is fine.
I like my little hibernation corner.
It's just, I don't know. It's just never the way that I had my bed, so it's wrong.
Granted, when somebody else is in it and they have to climb over me to get out, that's a bit of a hassle, but whatever.
Well, that's why you have your bed in the middle.
Where would I have my bed in the middle?
I could rearrange your room.
Do not feng shui my room.
Feng shui. No, okay. So, going back. He doesn't have sex with her. He just is kind of like, I have to go because it's late, even though it's still daytime out, for God's sake. And, so, it was okay from there. The biggest issue, other than those two things, which were, like, little anyway, was his acting, Martin's acting. And I know he was supposed to be this really weird, awkward, like, freak. But he was. And you know, he's so, like, he hates, Colin Farrell? Is that his name? Yeah. I don't know his name in the movie.
Steven.
Steven, okay. And I know he hates Steven and he wants revenge and all this, but, like, his acting was just pathetic. Like, it didn't seem that he was acting that way on purpose for the movie. It seemed like he was just a shit actor. So, that bothered me. But the end, well, the end before the end. Okay, like the big, like, climactic part. I liked that. I liked how he chose to kill one of his family members.
Explain.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, I had the opinion, words.
The opinion that the daughter should die?
Yes. But I didn't want to say it that way because it sounds awkward.
Well, good.
Whatever, I wanted the daughter to die because she told her mom to fuck off, which was rude. And she was a terrible singer. And she was stupid. She was really fucking dumb. So, by my logic, the dumbest member of the family needs to go. Okay? Like, that just, it makes sense. Like, it works. And plus, like...
Does it?
Yes! And if he wasn't gonna kill the wife, because I don't know if statistics show it or not, but I remember my mom telling me once that if you have to choose somebody in the family to die, the mother will never pick the kids, and the father will never pick the wife. So that always just kind of stuck with me for some reason. So he should have killed the wife, because logically that makes sense, because she's lived her life. And then she had a conversation with him saying, oh, well, let's kill one of the kids, because we can just make another one.
Yeah,
that's not exactly how it works, though. Like, you're gonna miss your child.
You make another one, and you just name it what the other one was named.
No, like, it's not gonna be the same kid. So he should have killed the wife. What he chose to do instead was...
hook up with Martin's crazy mom.
Oh my god, yeah, and just, completely put his hand in her mouth.
To be fair, she did that on her own.
I know, but his hands were so beautiful. So beautiful. They mentioned that like 8 times during the movie.
Because surgeons have beautiful hands.
And it's never the surgeon's fault when something goes wrong in a surgery, but it's also never the anesthesiologist's fault.
It's a tale of hubris. It's a tale of ego.
It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm never wrong.
But it's supposed to be a cautionary tale. Like
right.
Aesop's fables.
Okay, well, it kind of was his fault, though. Because
yeah.
he was drinking before the surgery, which he should have lost his license for that. It
wasn't totally his fault, because remember, the other dad had an arrhythmia in the heart.
Okay, but you shouldn't be drinking on the job.
You shouldn't be drinking, but there's like... that weird gray area where you can't really pinpoint a fault.
But there is, though, because it's not the dead guy's fault that he had an issue with his heart. Right, but it's his fault. It's Steven's fault that he decided to drink. But he also shouldn't have had... Like, he didn't do the surgery. Disease, oh my god, grow out of it.
Ooh, Jesus.
Which is... I made that comment because back in our first podcast, like, we made a lot of jokes about it, so it's an inside joke thing if you haven't heard our first podcast.
Please don't.
Please don't what? Listen to the podcast?
That first one's a mess.
I tell a lot of fun stories in that one.
Oh, where you were hooked on cough syrup recreationally?
Yeah. That's a fun story.
It's funny, yeah. it answers a lot of questions.
Exactly. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. But, he clearly shouldn't have been doing the surgery by himself. So any other surgeon could have helped out and done something and whatever. So it doesn't really matter whose fault it is. The point was that Martin wanted revenge. And so the way that the father decided to do it, because he wasn't going to take my idea and kill the daughter.
You were yelling loud enough that he should have been able to hear you.
Yeah, I'm very theatrical during movies. But not in the theater, because I think that's rude, but just at Casey's house specifically. And he brought them all into the living room, and he duct taped their mouths and their hands and their feet and sat them down in a circle and put a blindfold, well, it was a hat.
Pillowcase over each of their heads.
Oh, yeah, right. The pillowcase over their heads so they couldn't see. And then a hat over his head so he couldn't see. And then he spun around in a circle, and he had a shotgun and just started taking shots. And...
Well, not just as he's spinning, he spun...
And then
fired,
stopped.
Spun,
yeah.
Fired.
Right. So he stopped moving. But, not that that's really that important, because the first, 2 shots that he took, he missed.
Right, that's tension.
That's stupid.
It's building tension.
Well, okay, it's building tension, which is good for the audience in the movie, yes. But in real life, if this were to happen, that's stupid, because you're gonna, somebody else, neighbors are gonna hear this gunshot go off. And then the cops are gonna come in and see this fucking ritual going on. You're gonna get in trouble. It's just not good. And so I did not...
It's fine. He's an affluent white guy. He'll get away with it.
Why are you right? Well, anyway. He ends up shooting the son. And the son is supposed to be 12 years old in this movie. He does not look 12. He looks like he's 7. So that just hurt even more. And of course, through the... before all that happened... Each one of them was trying to, butter up the dad and be like, oh, well, the son had said, I want to be a cardiologist just like you when I grow up. And the daughter was really fucking weird, sitting on his lap because he was dressing wounds on her. And she was like, I love you. I love you even more than my brother. Okay.
But in that, she was saying to sacrifice herself. She even said, kill me. She said, kill me, kill me.
But then later she tried to leave. She tried to run.
No, that was before.
Was it? It was.
That's why he was dressing the wounds, because she sped off on her 2 fucking arms.
Well, then he should have just taken her advice and killed her. And he didn't.
You are dead set on that bitch dying.
I am.
Jesus.
I really am.
She did nothing to you. She had a beautiful voice.
Oh my god, her voice was so terrifying.
Terrifying.
They went on a walk. And he's like, oh, I want to hear you sing. So she stood under this tree and was leaning against it and sang the fire song. I don't know what it's called, and I don't know who sings it.
I didn't even think it was a real song.
It is a real song. Yeah, it is a real... I told Casey earlier that the woman who wrote it and sang it was the woman who cheated on Ed Sheeran, and that's where that his one song came out. I think it's called "Don't" or something.
The sweet potato that wished himself into a real boy.
Yeah, and now he's getting married, so he's off the list.
Ew.
I know. It's upsetting.
No, I mean, like, who would marry that?
I feel like she's a supermodel or something. I might be totally wrong on all of these facts. Just FYI. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, and so the whole time she's singing, she's just staring down at Martin, and Martin is staring at her.
There's a lot of uncomfortable staring in this.
Yeah, which is funny because I don't experience a lot of eye contact anymore with people. And I've noticed that when people tell a story, they will look anywhere else except at the person they're talking to.
True.
But then whoever is listening will stare directly at that person. It's very interesting.
Well, I think for the person telling the story, I forget which way it is. Because if you look up in one direction, it means you're lying, but if you look up in another direction, it means you're trying to remember something. I forget which is which.
That's interesting, too. I wonder if I do that. I'm gonna, test that somehow.
You lie all the time.
I never lie! That's a lie. I do lie sometimes. But so does everybody. So, and then the wife had said, we can always make another kid. Don't kill me. You need me. You need my eggs.
Right.
She didn't say those words exactly. So...
I'm your love oven.
Yeah. So, of course, third time's the charm, and he kills the boy. And there's no screaming, there's no nothing. It goes very quiet as he takes the hat off and watches his son bleed out. And it's just very upsetting because the son did nothing wrong. I had no issue with him whatsoever.
None of them did anything wrong.
She did. Hello.
What did she do?
Everything. She disrespected her parents.
Every kid does that. Bob disrespected...
I have never told my mom to fuck off.
Oh, well, you're not living.
I'm not.
Well, Bob disrespected his father because...
When?
In the
With the haircut?
Yeah.
No.
That was a thing.
That was
a thing.
That is also not anywhere near what the daughter did.
She just told the mom to fuck off.
Because she took her phone. Oh, boo-hoo.
Because that's what teenagers do.
I never did that.
You were fucking sane as a teenager then.
I was a saint. I was fucked up in the head, but I didn't, tell my parents to fuck off. Now I kind of do in my head, but mostly just with my dad.
I did it last night.
Did you really?
Yeah.
With your mom or dad?
I don't remember. It's usually equal both.
Oh, God.
Equal parts.
Sorry for Casey's mom, at least. But yeah, that's it. That's the last time you see the boy. He doesn't even take the pillowcase off, which I liked. I thought that was a better way to go about it, to make it not as personalized so that he could get through it later.
I would have stared into that boy's eyes as he dies.
Oh my God, you would too, and then you would eat him.
I don't like veal.
So you wouldn't eat the kid?
No.
God, Lord.
I don't like veal. But I like lamb.
At what point, what age would would the person have to be in order to not be considered veal for you?
Well, here's the thing with veal. Veal is prepared in a very specific way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just the baby cows not able to move.
Mm-hmm.
So the meat becomes soft and almost gelatinous.
Oh my God.
I'm not a fan of veal.
So
it's real fatty and that.
But if in a oh my God.
Let's just go with 18. 18's a safe age.
All right, 18 then.
Anything after 18 is finely aged meat.
Ew. Gross. Okay. Anyway. Ugh. So how about 24-year-old meat?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Cool. So now I'm officially good for.
So you're 25.
No, I'm 20. That joke only works with you.
No, it works with you.
No, it doesn't.
It totally works.
No, it doesn't.
Why does it only work on me?
Because it's been a running joke for so long.
Well, this is the new running joke. You're
no,
25.
it's not. I'm 24. I'm 24, goddammit. And they never, they don't show the parents burying the boy, which was upsetting. And Casey had pointed out, everybody knew that he was sick and in the hospital, so they probably all just assumed that he died. And then nobody went to the funeral? He mentioned that he had 3 friends. Where are his friends? They're not there. Clearly, they were not good enough friends.
Look, some kids can't even bother to show up to an acquaintance's birthday party. So why would they show up to a funeral?
That's funny. Oh my God. I was going to say something and I was like, I don't want to be petty. But no, I'm gonna be petty now because you said it. Nobody came to my birthday. Only Casey. Only the realest bitch in my life decided to come to my birthday.
Got you your own goddamn goose.
I know! I wonder... He got me a little stuffed animal goose.
Oh,
And it honks! It's fantastic. It's great. Now, I will say, I'm not totally mad at all of my friends for ditching me on my birthday. Because they did have stuff to do. Like, each person told me, like, hey, I've got this going on, I've got that going on. Like, okay. And it is the end of the semester. So, whatever. I get it. But, like, I never want to make a big deal out of my birthday, and y'all did, so... I know.
So, in addition to the goose, I should have just got you a big old cross.
No.
Just to hang
Oh
yourself
my
on.
god! No! Oh, okay. And then, going back to Sacred Deer.
Jesus Christ.
I know, we're going all over the side streets today. We're getting lost.
A little bit.
I get lost all the time when I'm
Yeah,
driving. Yeah? Okay. Alright. Got snapped at. So, I normally hate all of the endings to every movie that I see. This was no exception. The very end of it was the family eating in this little diner, and Martin comes in, and he just stares at the family, and he goes and sits at the bar, and they just kind of stare at each other. And then, for some fucking reason, the camera has a shot of her drizzling her fries with ketchup. There's no point to that whatsoever.
Well, she can eat now.
Ooh.
They're showing that, they kind of won.
They didn't win because they still had to kill the son.
Right, but it's still a victory because they proved to Martin that they could do it. It's a Pyrrhic victory. It's not like a real victory. It's a hollow victory.
I didn't see that as a victory at all. Because I knew that, as soon as he killed somebody, everything would go back to normal.
Yeah. Because
if it didn't, that would have just been stupid.
It's a tale of balance.
Whatever. But then, yeah, they just get up and they leave and that's it. And then there's no music afterwards.
You hated the music anyway.
I know, but because, okay, alright.
Fantastic.
No, here we go.
Alright. Oh, damn it.
I made Casey pause the movie at one point because this really weird music started playing and it just annoyed me. The whole purpose of it was to make you tense and to make you uncomfortable and all that. It just pissed me off. And it wasn't because of, the volume or anything, on the TV. But it was loud and shrill and just, blech. It was awful. And so I made him pause it and I said, you made an argument when we did our one podcast about Disney movies that the music in The Fox and the Hound was manipulating the audience.
Right, the songs were.
Okay, songs and score, music, basically they all go together. I know they're different, but they're basically the same.
They're branches on the same tree, yes.
Okay.
But because songs have words attached to them, those words will tend to grab more emotion than just your average instrumental score.
Which is fair. But that was trying way too hard to influence the audience. And it sucked at it.
It didn't.
It did!
It was atonal and just heavily symphonic. It made you jump at the end, too.
Did it?
Yeah.
At what point?
The gunshot.
It was also a gunshot!
Well, no, just before the gunshot, it takes that sharp peak with the string instruments.
I don't remember.
Did you watch that? Jesus. Just as that scene is setting up, and there's just that high pitch with, I want to say a violin, but it's definitely some kind of string where it just shrieks.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. It hurts.
That's the idea. It's not pleasant. Nothing in this movie is pleasant. From the delivery of the dialogue to
the singing
to
the sex. Yeah, no, I understand that. And reflecting on it, it was a very strange movie in general, but
that don't show you anything normal.
You really don't. You really don't. It was eerie and it was suspenseful. But if they had shown a little bit more of Martin by himself, in his room, just kind of staring or, being pissed off or, something alone with him a little bit more, would have made more... Not that it would have made more sense, but it just would have been better for his...
character.
Yeah. I suppose. Because it would show just how pissed off he really was and how much he wanted that revenge.
Cursing the family wasn't enough?
When I don't get to see how he did it, yeah.
He just did it. He did it. You saw the results.
You can't just curse somebody. I can't just curse somebody out of the blue.
What do you want him to stand over a goddamn cauldron?
Yes!
Throw ingredients in?
Yeah.
This isn't Sabrina.
I wanted, snakes and snails and puppy dog tails.
Or no, what did he say? Crocodile teeth and...
The pubes of a virgin. And, like, blood of something.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I don't remember. The blood coming from the eyes, though, with the little boy was scary as shit.
Right. And it was just that nice build-up.
Yeah.
Where you could see his eyes just getting redder and redder.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. I don't like anything with eyes, though, so anything with eyes will just, like, creep me out.
No?
Yeah, I don't like eyes. They're gross.
You should watch The Strain.
Why?
That's a great vampire story, and... I think... Did it show you on this one? Yeah.
Ah!
Worms crawling into the eyes.
Why?
Because that's the vector for vampirism.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Ugh. So overall, I think I would give it like a 4 out of 10.
Oof.
4 out of 10. My solid. Yeah. So make your argument then.
I've been making my argument.
Yeah.
All throughout.
Well, what would you give it then?
8 out of 10.
Ugh. Why?
Because it's great. It's
not.
my favorite movie.
Like backing away from the microphone because I'm so appalled that this is, you dare say, one of your favorite movies.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. From this director, it's hard to tell if it's this or The Lobster. That's my favorite movie from him.
Was The Lobster more human?
No.
It's the best way I can phrase that. Okay.
Oh, no. It's like my favorite rom-com, that's for sure.
Okay, well, it's a rom-com.
You should. It's on Netflix. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's got Colin Farrell in it again, but it's this weird dystopian society where if you reach a certain age and you're single, you're sent to this hotel where you're supposed to pair up with somebody that's...
You're gonna find your lobster.
But, no, here's the thing.
Okay.
If you don't find a mate within, 2 weeks, I think was the span of time.
That's fair.
You get turned into an animal of your choosing and released into the wild.
Neat! That sounds great!
So Colin Farrell chooses a lobster because they're essentially immortal.
Oh my god! And then what, does it follow his life under the sea?
No, you don't see that part.
Okay.
But, he breaks away from the hotel, he joins this little resistance living out in the woods.
Wow.
It's weird.
That sounds so much better than Sacred Deer.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Well, maybe we'll do another Coffee with the Manatees. I'm just going to call it that from now on. Yeah.
Why not?
So I don't recommend this movie. Casey does. It's no surprise that we disagree.
We've yet to actually really agree on anything.
We agreed on something, but I don't remember what it was.
Mother?
Deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just weren't happy with it?
I wasn't, but that's nothing new.
Fine, you pick the next one.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta really think about it.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having coffee with the manatees with us. That was great. I don't drink coffee, and we're not manatees.
No. They are mammals, but no.
But how cool would it be if we were? They're like the cutest fucking things.
If they weren't endangered, I'd like to eat one.
I don't think they are anymore.
Maybe. I don't know how to check.
Check it out. Let us know in the comments. Do research for us.
Until next time, thanks for stopping by. Check us out on social media. We have the Twitter, we have the
YouTube.
Instagram, we have the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have?
iTunes.
We're on the iTunes. We're on the Spotify.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. Herpes.
I was going to say something like that, and then you took it from me. I was going to say like HIV.
Ooh. Okay, positive?
Yeah.
Until
Anyway.
next time. Thanks.
Bye.